So you've seen a gazillion videos on YouTube about, hey, this is how AI can help you. This is what Perplexity can do, or ChatGPT can do, or Claude can do, or Gemini can do. But how many people who are making these videos actually working a real full-time job? So I've been a nonprofit trainer, and for the last 15 years, I've helped nonprofits in storytelling, marketing, fundraising, and for the last 3 years, I have, through my company Grow That Impact, actually consulted and helped nonprofits do more with AI. But recently, about 5 weeks ago, I started a new job. That's right, as a digital marketing strategist at a youth homelessness solving nonprofit here in Austin, Texas. As a part of my job, the best thing is that I get to use these AI tools, which I have deployed in companies, in nonprofits before, but I get to use that day in and day out. And so through this content series of how I AI in a nonprofit, I'm going to show you how I use my favorite AI tools to do a real job, just like some of you would be doing in the nonprofits or the social impact organizations that you are serving. And the tool of my choice, which is no accident, has become Claude. I've been a power user, a paid pro user of ChatGPT since it came out. But some things that happened with Claude have just made it such a better tool, in my personal opinion, and you could totally differ on that. But I'm going to show you how I use Claude as a thinking partner, as a strategist, as a doer, as a co-pilot in this nonprofit where I am working. Obviously, I will have to blur out sections of the screen if I'm showing you any real data, which I will most probably not be because of HIPAA compliance. And by the way, please be very, very careful in sharing your data with any AI chatbot. But without further ado, there's a couple of first steps that I think we should be doing when we are using Claude. If you are on a free tier, of course, some of these things will still hold true. If you're on a paid tier, it's a good time to refresh because these apps are constantly changing so much. So the first thing that I'm going to do is click on the bottom left on my profile and go to settings. These are some of the first simple housekeeping steps, as I like to call it. What do you want the AI to call you? What custom instructions do you want the AI to have? Now here I've given custom instructions depending on what I would like it to do and how I would like it to perform. Even after trying, and a lot of this is very similar to what I had told ChatGPT to do in my personalization, but unfortunately ChatGPT still would constantly keep agreeing with me, and that is not the energy I need in my life. Not from a human, not from an AI. I do not want something that is constantly agreeing with me. Whereas Claude, on the other hand, I've realized is a lot more professional, a lot less prone to agreeing with you and buttering you up. So some key things that I prefer is it should be factual, it should question me, it should help me strengthen my argument, so on and so forth. And so that is something that you can actually do. You can go and in your chat, you could essentially tell it what you want it to do, like write custom instructions for you. And one of the best things is to use voice mode, because why waste time writing when you can just dictate? The multimodal approach of AI assistance is one of the best. Okay, so I am writing custom instructions that I can feed to Claude, and I am someone who has been training nonprofits for the last 15 years, initially in India and now in the United States, and have coached more than 600 nonprofits in digital fundraising, digital marketing, storytelling, and how to build a better brand online, as well as raised more than $10 million through different campaigns. For the last 3 years, I've been running this company called Grow, help nonprofits grow their impact using AI as a co-pilot, complementing their existing teams for better fundraising and marketing. I want you to write custom instructions that I can feed into Claude so that it is more factual, it is focusing on real data, it is going to ask me questions to strengthen the argument, it is going to counter question me and find gaps in my own arguments and really help me in my role, which is my full-time job as a digital marketing strategist in a nonprofit in Austin, Texas, which is solving youth homelessness in a $25 million annual budget nonprofit. Geez, did I just lose all of that? Do not do what I just did. But I'm hoping that this would give you the custom instructions that I already have, which are in here. But that's also another input. Give it as much context as possible. The old days of prompt engineering where you just wrote a certain prompt, it's like okay-ish, but like as much context as you can give is what is important. Okay, what is the next thing that we are doing here? Emails, no. Notifications, okay. Response completions, okay. All right, and then of course it is talking about your account, it's talking about your privacy, your billing, if you are a paid user, your usage, capabilities. This I think is interesting, where you can actually import your chat history from other chat assistants. Like I said, I've been a power user of ChatGPT from the beginning, and I think I just did this in an earlier video, so I can show you one of the chats. Sorry, I'm just moving around Loom's controls. So what you can do in Claude over here, where you click on Start Import, is Claude basically gives you this pre-written prompt, which I think is a genius idea. And you just copy this and you paste it in ChatGPT or Gemini or Perplexity or whatever software AI assistant that you're using. It keeps saying memory full because I used to be on a paid tier and now I have downgraded to a free tier. That's why memory is full. And on the basis of that, it basically gives like a massive Markdown file-ish. What is a Markdown file? A Markdown file is like a skeleton of all the chats that you are doing. And I could be wrong, so correct me in the comments below. But basically it gives like a larger structure to your work or your project or your chats. And when I realized that my chat context and chat memory was massive to be imported in Claude from ChatGPT, what I did was I basically went to each project because I had organized my work in projects, and I just created a Markdown file of each project with a simple prompt: make a Markdown file for this project. And so I did that across all of the projects that I had, and which are quite a few clients, projects, whatever, and then took those Markdown files and then went inside Claude, created my own projects, like you could see GTI projects over here, and then just added all of those over here as files, which are really simple. You click on add file, you can add text context where you can literally just paste the entire result of a Markdown file from your ChatGPT project and just copy it here. And that gives your new AI assistant a lot of memory about what your old chats were. If only there were an easy way to do it. I'm sure it's something that can be coded. I haven't really come about to it because this is something you may do once or twice, depending on how many AI assistants you are switching between. But yeah, that's something that I would definitely urge you to do in your settings, which is to import and give context. Some of the next things that you can do is connectors. I've not connected my GitHub. I haven't connected, but you can connect your Notion, your Microsoft, all of these, so that you have, as you click on browse connectors, you'll see some of the most helpful. And just today there was an update that Autodesk, which is AutoCAD, which is one of the best designing softwares, I believe, for architects and structural engineers. All those connectors are here. Spotify is here, so you can create a new Spotify playlist. HubSpot, Microsoft 365, Canva, Miro, Notion, all of these. The list keeps growing every single day. And in my workplace, I have connected my Microsoft 365, my Microsoft Outlook, Teams, everything with Claude. Or rather, Claude is integrated over there, and I'll show you how. So the next thing is Claude Code. If you are a paid user and if you want to do further things, which I will show in videos to come. Right now I haven't integrated that. But this I think is one of the best things, which if you were to do one thing today, immediately, is Claude in Chrome, which is you can add this Chrome extension, what you see over here. And let me move my thumbnail to the other side. So basically Claude in Chrome allows you to open anything and you can use Claude in that. So I could just go here and be like, what are the latest videos about Claude integrations? Of course, I could search that on YouTube itself, but I'm just giving you an idea. So Claude in Chrome basically uses that Chrome window. It's acting as a browser agent, which I think is phenomenal. I mean, this is not really the example. A lot of other websites that I wanted to show you were my work-related things. And look at that. It's just giving you a summary. I just absolutely love Claude in Chrome. Again, it's in beta, which, as it should be, they are still in early stages. In another video, but I'll give you a sneak peek, you can basically do the similar thing with Gemini. And you can ask it for a transcription of the video or something like that. I'm jumping ahead of myself, but basically Claude in Chrome is one of the best things that you can use, and I would definitely urge you to add that as an extension and then pin that extension like to the top right where you have your extensions on your menu bar. This, I think, is one of the first videos that I just wanted to do. This is like housekeeping stuff, as I like to call it. On the left, if you're unfamiliar with Claude, you have your regular thing, which is new chat search, where you can basically search your chats. You can, since this is a paid login, I can obviously organize my work in projects. Claude Code is, as the name suggests, it's Claude Code. You can customize Claude, you can connect your apps, you can create new skills, and there's a new video coming for that. But this is epic because Claude has just launched Claude Design, which is a brand new interface thing where Claude is integrated with Canva, and it is just really cool where you can create editable designs in Claude with the genius brains. And then artifacts are basically all of the stuff that I think, like the documents, files, researches that you have created. You can obviously also customize your sidebar. This is just general navigation and what you can see, and then of course these are some of the chats that you are seeing over here, but mostly I organize my chats and side projects. If you are doing something on the side, then that is what could pop up as some chat history. This is early look, first look at Claude, and over the next few weeks, over the next few months, I'm going to show you how I'm using Claude in my real job and using it as a thinking tool, not just a doing tool. In my trainings for the last 3 years, I think I have been doubling down on this point, which is think with AI, don't just do with AI. It's very easy for us to be like, go write that email, go write that, go check grammar, or write this text, or respond to this, or rewrite this Word document. And I think that's like, okay, but the power of these AI assistants is so massive, and we are telling it to do some of the most banal tasks. And I feel like if we start thinking with AI, that is where the true power of AI lies. And Claude is an incredible thinker, where it thinks with you. And the more you think and the more you ideate, the more context it gets on what works with you, what does not work with you. And I think that is beautiful as you continue using these tools. So this is Ankush, and this is a new series that I'm doing called How AI with Claude, maybe? But How AI in general. While I'm working at an annual budget of 25 million-ish nonprofit here in Austin, Texas, as a digital marketing strategist, and the AI tools that I use in my real workplace on a day-to-day basis. And I want to bring all of this to you, learn with you, share with you. Ask me if you have any questions in the comments below. And if you would like to see all of these and more courses, join my free school.com community, AI for Nonprofits. See you in the next one. Till then, keep thinking with AI, not just doing with AI.